Hello and welcome to the poetry series. And in this series, we're going to be going through a range of poems quickly to give you an insight into the context, themes, and close analysis. The intention is to provide a brief insight into these poems to help with your revision as well, so that you get an in depth understanding of these poems. So I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the poem London by William Blake. To start with the context, Blake is known for his paintings and his insightful outlook on life during the Victorian era. He's someone who was a figure who wasn't easily understood. He was seen as being against the church. He had a lot of criticism for the church, but this was hidden really well in his works. If you study his poetry, you see that there's a resonating tone in which he's attacking the monarchy, he's attacking the government at the time, and this goes throughout the poem. One of the key themes he addresses is the idea of oppression within London, the idea that people living within London are being oppressed and they're constantly facing these problems in their life. So if we look at the first stanza, he says, I wander through each chartered street. As he's walking through these streets of London, it's significant that he mentions the adjective here, chartered, which constantly is repeated. And that can signify how everything seems to be restricted to him and it's owned by someone. So chartered gives the impression that it's in possession of someone. So in this sense, being in possession of the monarchy. Then as we go further down, says, and mark in every weakness, marks of weakness, marks of woe. So whoever he comes across in the streets of London as he's traveling through, so there's this sense of enjambment as he's traveling through London, whoever he comes across, he describes them as having these marks of weakness on their face. So weakness and woe, we've got this idea of weakness, of woe. This is introduced right at the start of the poem, this idea of things breaking away, this idea of London shattering into pieces, and he's trying to encapsulate the problems that he's faced with. And then as we go to the next stanza, he starts off with, in every cry of every man. So again, this significance, what really gets our focus is this idea of every. So the repetition of the word every. So this every cry, so it's this sensory language, as though we're walking in London with William Blake. We can hear these cries. And it's not just a few people, it's everyone around him. But it's showing us the harsh reality of life, the pain and suffering that people are going through. Suffering, pain, these are major themes in the poem. Then he goes from the idea of man. The man is the male established in society who's working, providing for his family, but he may be struggling to provide. Then he says, in every infant's cry of fear. So again, he's going from the man to the infant to show how it affects every aspect of society. And the infants usually cry, but here he's mentioning the idea of fear, which is coming out from the infants. This is quite significant. So this idea of crying, again, constantly going throughout the poem. And then he says, in every voice, in every band, the mind-forged manacles I hear. Everyone is sharing this pain, this suffering, this trauma. Then he says, quite interestingly, the mind-forged manacles I hear. So manacles giving the impression of chains. So he's saying that within everyone's mental state, it's as though they're chained. They are not liberated. They have been oppressed. They've been restricted. And this is all he can hear whilst he's walking on the streets of London. There's so much to analyze, but we'll just take one more aspect of this poem. As we reach stanza 3, it says, every blackening church accords. This imagery, again, very powerful. A church is usually associated with purifying people, and purification is often associated with the color white. But here he's saying that the church blackens, and we know blackening or the idea of black is usually associated with sin, destruction. He's attaching this imagery of darkness to the church. But rather than the church illuminating the lives of people, it's actually harming those around people. It's like a disease that's spreading within society, and this disease is affecting every corner of society. It comes down to the next point where he says that who is responsible for these diseases and these problems in society, mentions that it runs in blood down palace walls. So the palace, the people of power, are the ones responsible for the blood that's being produced from the deaths of innocent people, people in society that have been overlooked, such as the poor. Their blood is on the hands of those who have power because they haven't done enough to help the people. This is a huge message that constantly occurs through his poem. And then as we reach the last stanza, he mentions the idea of the curse, the idea of destruction, something that will constantly go on and affect generations to come. Then he mentions the idea of plagues. So he says, and blights with plagues the marriage hearse. So it's this idea that there's a cycle in society. Even if people are getting married, they are trying to break the cycle. This cycle will constantly surround them and destroy them. And that's reflected through the idea of the curse, the plague. Blake's trying to tell us that every aspect of society has been pushed through with these diseases because the government has failed to carry out its duty. People are suffering, people are in pain, there's a lot of trauma. This has become like a huge infectious disease and nothing is being done about it. This is the message that Blake wants us to resonate with. What I'd suggest you do is go through the poem, find some of the phrases that you really understand or can really develop your understanding on. Think of words, phrases, the connotations that you associate with these ideas, and hopefully this will help you to develop your analysis. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in our series in which we're going to go through a range of different poems. Take care. Bye.